Mhm. Mm. Evening, rather, and afternoon in some places. Hi, welcome to the Love Rhythm Recipe. My name is Casey Lloyd, and I'm going to be your guide, your confidant, and your master cook in this evening of exploration of relationships and food that we love. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, I don't see anybody in. Oh, there you go, Deb. How are you? I hope everything is kicking live for you today. I am going to be cooking up a classic dish that is savory, delicious, and stepped up by me. Hey, we all love spaghetti and meat sauce, but this ain't your regular spaghetti and meat sauce. And just like relationships, we're going to have a very deep foundation. Tonight, we're going to ask the question, how do you know when somebody is truly your soulmate? So while I whip this stuff up, we're going to get into that conversation. What do you think? Do you know? Have you met them yet? Or have you yet to find your person? Hello, Volvo to Love. How are you? I'm so happy to see you. Yes, I am. I'm going to wait a couple of seconds for a couple more people because once we get started, it's going to be all that. I'm not returning. Hello, Pamela. How have you been? Yes, I know you have. Well, you know what? You know every time we get a new show and some technical issues, every single time. Let me get myself a little mint because, see, this is not coffee time, unfortunately. So I'm going to get me a little mint because I'm a little thirsty. You know, I have my mixologist here, y'all, and we do non-alcoholic cocktails, mocktails, or whatever. And if you feel the need to add something to it, hey, do your thing. But they're really good. They're really good. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, I want to show you guys the ingredients. And, it's pretty simple. But I decided to do a little something different with it this time, because hey, this is the request of my soulmate. So hey, in a relationship, it's a give and take. I may not want spaghetti tonight. He does. So we compromise. Tomorrow, I'm having crab legs. Any case, let me get on over here and start getting some of this stuff out of the fridge. Okay. So as you see, we get to have music, which I really, really love. Okay. So, I think I got everything I need here. And I'm going to use my magic bullet, of course. But I guess I'll just start with this. Okay. So what I'm going to do tonight, because just like relationships, you're not twins. There are two different dynamics here for this spaghetti, just like it is in a relationship. I have half sweet Italian sausage, and then I have half Angus beef. We're going to put it all together and we're going to make magic. Now, these two have decided that they're each other's soulmates. So they're going to hang out together while they go down into our stomachs, okay? So we got that, and I have a pound of each. And then I have, of course, I have a nice trinity here. I have some more of that celery. I'm going to make that stuff work while it's still fresh. I have my red onion and my red pepper. And let me get that over here. And just like I said, so for me, like I told you guys, or for those of you who don't know, and let me just turn things around so you can see me. For those of you that don't know, my husband and I have been together for 44 years. A very long time. So long until I can't remember when he was not in my life. For me, I know and I knew, I didn't know what soulmates were when I was that young. But I will tell you this. What I have found, how you can identify your soulmate is it's going to be bigger than your normal interlude or your normal connection. The connection is going to be beyond just the superficial. You're going to feel like it's somebody that you knew for real, before. So there's not going to be any sense of being uncomfortable with this person. You don't really have to, it's like these unspoken words. Now, that can be a plus or a minus because, as I said, communication is key. But for myself, when I met my husband, to be totally honest, it was somewhere in the back of my mind, kind of like intuition. I knew that he was going to be the person. He was my person. And not so much that, we're going to walk down the aisle or whatever the case may be, but that was just it for me. I'll be totally honest. And that may be corny, okay? I literally heard music in my head every single day. Every day. I just heard music. When he was around, this is when I felt joy. So that can be a sign. It can also be a sign of infatuation. However, you'll know the difference for sure. So what I'm going to do is, okay, I have a little bit of fresh garlic, and I don't normally use that. I'm just going to use a tad, only because I ran out of garlic powder. Okay, I'm going to have some onion powder. I have some tomato paste. I have a little bit of cayenne pepper because I'm stepping this up a bit. That's going to be your savory. I have, of course, my dried celery, which I always use, some dried cilantro. I have some Italian seasoning. And, of course, if you know Casey, Casey's not leaving home without the blessings. Okay, because this meal, like I said, is for the grown-ups. The children have been fed and put away. Not put away, but are in their respective places. And this is the time for the adults in my house. I have pepper. I have a little bit of salt in case I need it, which I probably won't. I have some olive oil, some parsley. I have some thyme, which is fresh. And of course, the basil that I have grown very accustomed to using now. So, for anyone who knows, I like to take all of my seasonings and get them into my NutriBullet, and I'll pulverize them. I started doing that because my children don't like texture. But I've learned that this enhances the flavor when you do this because it kind of releases the oils in the herbs and the spices. So I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to say you need to pulverize your soulmate. No. But the feelings that you have are so tremendous for this person, it may feel pulverizing. This is my opinion. So, what I will say is this. With a soulmate, as I said, it goes deeper than just a relationship. It becomes a situation where you have more patience. You can see beyond the superficial into the core of this person. And hopefully they feel the same for you. Okay? And you just know that this is somebody that's going to be your confidant. This is going to be my famous words, your ride or die. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you are going to agree with everything. That doesn't mean that your relationship is going to be skipped to Malou perfect. But it does mean that it is a dynamic where you are not going to just turn away. You are going to deal with the peaks and the valleys. And like I said, everybody's not built to have those dynamics. Doesn't mean that that person wasn't your soulmate. It may simply mean that that soulmate is not ready to be all those things for you, and that may not be a relationship for you. But not to worry. You don't only have to have one. You can have many. However, hopefully you just get one and you get the right one. Don't count yourself out. So, I'm going to take this and, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm using some jarred spaghetti sauce as the base. But you know what? I'm not trying to be forever. So, let me get these ingredients in here, my vegetables and stuff. And I have the olive oil, you know, that's going to keep it lubricated so it doesn't get all stuck up in here. And I'm going to get that in here. Whoop, knock it down. And this is pretty much like my relationship with my husband. I have to butter him up one side down the other. And then he does what I like. That's what happens when you have a 44-year-old soulmate. Anyway, so let me get this stuff in here. I'm going to get this tomato paste in here. Let me get a knife. And my question to you guys, I know I have different dynamics at different ages and different people in different places, in relationships, not in relationships. Hey, you may be in a relationship with yourself, trying to grow yourself to the point that you are able to share yourself with somebody else. But see, that's a big thing. It's not necessary to have a relationship when you don't even know who you are. And that's very important. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing you want to do is to know yourself, learn yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, be able to communicate with yourself. Know who you are and what you want, and tell that to that person that you plan to be with, that soulmate. Because just because they're your soulmate don't mean they can read your mind. You know, so I'm here to tell you. As someone who has been in such a long-term relationship, and I'm gonna tell you, you know, dynamics of our relationship over the years have evolved, have turned into different dynamics, all those things. But the one thing I will say, you know, the love is always there. Okay, like I said, we are not perfect specimens. We have our times and we have our issues, and we will continue to do that until I'm an egg and he's an egg. I'm an egg and I don't know what he's gonna be, but yeah, whatever. You know, but this is the person for me. It may not be the person for you. People looking from the outside may not understand our dynamics, but we understand it, and that's the thing. I don't think people understand that being a soulmate does not mean, like I said, again, you have to be equal, you have to be perfect, you never have any issues. Being a soulmate to me, for me, and I think I mentioned this in my first episode, is my husband and I were not romantically tied. Because everybody has their deal breakers. Yours may be different than mine. I will still be there for him because he's more than just I'm losing my candy. He's more than just my husband. He's my family. And because he's my family, there may be dynamics that I don't want to deal with in a relationship, but that does not mean that our relationship has to end. That's where maturity comes in. And you got to have that too. And those things happen over time, having patience in a relationship and letting it grow. Just like the spaghetti sauce. You cook some quick spaghetti sauce, it's going to be all right. But if you let it simmer, oh baby, it's going to be just right. So, let's get this stuff in here. I'm going to put some of these vegetables in. And I probably won't put all of them because I'm not making a whole lot. I'm just making spaghetti for 4. So this is maybe about 2 of the celery stalks. This is half of a medium-sized onion. This is half of a medium-sized pepper. Let me get the candy out of my mouth. I'm going to choke. That's there. And the rest of it, I'm going to stick it in. And I'll probably put it in an omelet in the morning. That's what I'll do. How about that? So, let me get this over here and put that over there. So, I'm just going to use my own story. My husband and I, we met in college. Like I said, I was 17. He was like 18 and a half, almost 19. And it was just by happenstance. You know, it just kind of happened. And our relationship was cultivated not just, you know, man, woman, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner, or whatever. We kind of liked hanging out with each other and doing some things that weren't traditional for people our age. You know, going places and doing things. And it just kind of evolved. But I will tell you, for me, I can't speak for him because, you know, pretty much at this point, he's going to say whatever I say. Okay? I don't know what his feelings were. I didn't really understand all of mine. It was during the time, like I said, really where he really showed who he was in the grand scheme of my life. When my mother passed away, he was the stability that I required, okay, that I needed in order to get through that traumatic time in my life. You know, and throughout the years, we've had a lot of ups and downs. We've seen a lot of hardship. We've seen a lot of heartbreak. We've seen a lot of difficulty. We've seen a lot of joy. I'm putting all the seasons in here. But as a soulmate, it's almost like your soulmate, you're on an ocean, you're on one side of that ocean, they're on the other side, and you are not afraid to swim that channel, even though you really can't swim, because you know that hand is going to always be there. I don't care how much you fight, how much you fuss, how much you whatever. That hand is always going to be there to sustain you and to help you and to guide you through, and you're going to do it together. That's a soulmate. That's the difference than having a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Okay? That's that person, whether you're fat, whether you're thin, whether you're beautiful, whether you're ugly, whether you lose a leg, whatever, is going to look you in the face and see that same person that they saw the day they met you. That's a soulmate. Somebody that can see beyond the superficial and still care about you, have patience for you, and for the things that you do, and allowing you to be who you are and not trying to change you into something that you're not. That's very important. How many times you meet somebody and you're like, oh, I like this person, I really want to be with this person, la, la, la. Okay, you find out they got a few things that really bug the heck out of you. Oh, but I can ignore them. I'm going to change him. I'm going to change him. Or women like to say, I'm going to train my man or whatever. You can't train nobody. You barely can train a dog. The dogs make you think that you're training them. The bottom line is, you can't change people, and you shouldn't try to change them. Some people fit, some people don't. You know, and we have to learn to know the difference. We have to understand that, hey, there's no rush. I said it last week. You know, we need to be as choosy about our shoes. We are be as choosy about our mates as we are about our shoes. And when we do that, then we end up being able to make more critical choices and really can stand back and reflect and see if this person is your person. Because as I said, a soulmate is going to be your person. You know, and if that's not your person, hey, that's going to be disaster. I have a lot of people that I know, you know, family members, friends, things like that, you know, who have had successful relationships, and some of them have not. They've had them for a while. They've had their deal breakers or whatever, and they've moved on. But what I do suggest is this, you know, I mean, like I said, everybody doesn't want a relationship. Everybody doesn't need, I'm going to tell you like this. My relationship is not something that I need to have. It's something that I choose to have. Just like these earrings, how beautiful they are. I can take them out my ears. I will go on and live without these earrings. If I lose these earrings, yeah, I'm gonna be very, very sad because I really, really, really like them. But I can live. If I lose my husband, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be devastated. But you know what? I'm gonna live. You make a choice to be with your mate, and it is your choice. You can't let anybody tell you what's what. Now, like I said, deal breakers are deal breakers, whatever they are for you. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you, everything shouldn't be a deal breaker. And that's another thing. So you, again, have to go back to yourself. You have to go to yourself. That person has to go to themselves. And they have to say, you have to be honest and say, man, can I put up with all of these things? Does it really matter? What's important? What is the most important thing to me in a relationship? And then you have to express that to that person. You can't expect people to read your minds. You can't say, oh, well, if I wait it out, they'll change. Oh, they'll love me so much until they'll do what I say. You got to be upfront. That's what soulmates are. But see, soulmates, they're kind of simpatico. So they're just kind of on that same wavelength. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I am telling you, even when my husband and I disagree, and because he tries to act like I'm the stubborn one, I'm the bad one. Oh no, he's stubborn as an old mule. Trust me. But you know what? That's my mule. That's my soulmate. So let me get this in here. Oh boy, am I gonna be careful with this garlic? Is it so pungent? Woo! Just a little. Let me get that in there. And then all I have to put in is a little piece of the rosemary. I mean, not the rosemary. I'm going to use the rosemary of the thyme. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to break off some of the leaves in here. I'm not going to do a lot. Let's see if I can get it off here. See, it's stubborn just like my husband. Love you. He's listening to this thing. But he needs to know, okay? Through thick and thin, whatever we go through, at the end of the day, that's who I want to be with. You know? And when I don't, then you'll be reading about me in the papers. Anyhow, there's one out there for you. And you have to navigate through these dynamics. You have to take the time, and you have to be intentional. Things don't happen. You may meet somebody organically, but ultimately, your relationship has to be intentional. What you do in your relationship, understanding that, hey, once you got them, doesn't mean that that's okay. You got to keep them. You have to do things to keep your relationship going. And like I said, it is going to change over time. It's just inevitable because people change. Are you the same person now that you were 10, 15 years ago? And my goodness, if you are, I'm afraid because that means you have experienced no growth. The thing is, when you have soulmates, you grow together. You may not grow in the same way, but you grow and you learn and you mature. When people don't, when they stay stuck in one dynamic, it makes it very difficult. You know, I hear people on, the social media stations and stuff like that, and they talk about something called soul ties or something, another. I don't know if that's supposed to be the same dynamic as a soul mate. I don't know if I subscribe to all of that. I will say emotions are what they are. They're going to be there. They may be there forever. They may run their course. It all depends on, I'm telling you, it depends on the person and how deeply they care. Sometimes a person may feel like they just can't do without somebody because it's on general principle. It's just like, okay, you know, I invested myself in this and I am going to have it my way. A relationship is not a singular thing. It's a plural. It can't just be your way. It has to be the two of your ways. And sometimes this way may be pulled more than that way. But you got to be able to understand that it's a give and take. Soulmates understand these things. And like I said, they're not perfect. My husband and I, please. There are times, and I'll tell you, sometimes, hey, I just put it this way. I have another show as a guy, Jerome, you're there. I want to hang them up in the closet. I sure do. But I always want to take them off the hanger eventually. And when my life is no longer a life and his is no longer a life, I will tell you, I truly believe that we will meet somewhere in this cosmos or in this afterlife or whatever, because we were meant to be where we are and with each other. I hope that everybody has the opportunity. Oh, one moment. Okay, you know this thing, I'm gonna have to put some liquid in here. So I hope that everybody gets the opportunity to give yourself the chance to explore. Like I said, I find that people who are looking viciously for a relationship tend to find the wrong one. Things that are meant for you are going to come to you. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you got to sit up in your house and think somebody's going to knock on your door. You have to put yourself in the position. One moment. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go up here and brown this meat. So by putting yourself in a position of, I'm going to say not even, location is very important. So if it's not working for you, say at work and you're not finding anybody, or if it's not working for you at church or in your geographical location, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to pivot. You got to pivot and you find those like-minded people. But sometimes, and I'm not talking about searching. I mean, putting yourself in a place that is going to attract the type of person that you feel that you want to be with you forever, ever, forever, ever. That being said, you cannot expect to find gold when you're searching in the dump. I'm just saying. You have to understand what you want. See, that's another thing. You can't find a soulmate if you don't really know what you want. See, some people want what they think people should have. People don't understand that you should have what you need. And when you have a soulmate, it's just like a puzzle. It just fits. You don't sit and talk about it. You don't gripe about it. You may not even have to ask about it. It just fits. And it's going to fit even if the line you walk is crooked. Even if you think that the grass is greener on the other side. It's going to fit because that is what it was meant to be. I think it's ordained. Like I said, I don't know about these soul tie stuff because I really don't truly understand that dynamic. But I will tell you, there are people in this life. And I'm not just talking about a partner, a life partner. I'm talking about you have soulmates that may be just your friend, that gets you, that person out there that gets you, that finishes your sentences before you think them. Okay? Everybody can't do that for you. You can't do that for everybody. Let me go over here and brown this meat. See, you got to cook the meat. You have to brown the meat. You have to make sure the meat is done. We don't want to eat any rare pork. We may be able to do that with some beef. So half of this relationship, you probably could eat rare. The other half of the relationship has to be well done. If you have a partner that is well done and ready for that open dynamic of receiving you in their life, then hey, that's the one. But if you have someone who is still rare, will give you worms if you eat it, or invite it into your life, hey, that may not be the person. That you have to be on the same page with. And like I said, I know people, let me turn this down, I got it on high. People often rush into stuff because, like I said before, relationships, when you first meet somebody, it's a physical thing. It really is. But once you've been with that person, and you, I'm tell you like this, and I'm gonna be real crass. Once you can pass gas in front of that person, then you know that may be the person. Because I would tell you, when you first get with them, oh, you're so prim, you're so proper. He never burps. You would think he didn't have bodily functions. Okay, he never does anything bad. When he loves you, he will fart in your face and laugh. I'm just telling you. Yes, he will. He will definitely do that. So, if there's no more airs, there's no more any of that, you know, you just kind of, and I'm not saying you should lose your niceties, but the level of comfort is just so great, you know, that, hey, sometimes you forget where you begin and where that person ends. And that's what that's about. I understand it, but I'm telling you, you need to keep your body fluids to yourself, and then the funk and stuff, I don't want it. You know, I really don't. So, yeah, I don't care how long we've been together. Okay, hey, put it in a bottle, put it outside, do something, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, these are the signs of knowing that this is going to be the person, going to be your person, you know, till whatever, the end of time or whatever. You know, like I said, nothing's promised to us in this life. I think that we spend way too much time overanalyzing things that don't need to be analyzed and underanalyzing things that we should. You know, we worry about things that, you know, trying to change people and making them into this pretty little package that the world says it should be. And then when it's all said and done, have you done what is good for you? If your heart doesn't feel full, if your heart does not have joy, and hey, you're going to have them days. Okay? But if you got a list and you write that list in your mind, a mental list, and if that list has more pluses than minuses, hey, you can work with that. Again, everybody has their tiebreaker or, you know, their deal breaker, whatever the case may be. But for me, I'm just going to be real. I already know, you know, and I'm saying it on public national TV, so y'all can rewind it, okay? Lord have mercy, that man get on my nerves, but I'm going to be here until the Lord takes me on to glory. And I hope he can say the same. And this is why he's getting spaghetti. I'm going to put whatever this thing was called that Corey told me, and I never remember the name of this thing. This hamburger smasher, what is it? Potato masher, whatever. See, that's another thing. When you get to be 26 and you have a 44 a year dynamic with your soulmate, you have one brain together, so you can all still think. How about that? So I can't talk right now because the other half of my brain is upstairs. But when he comes down here, then I'll be able to articulate well. Because, see, he's gotten all the sleep that I haven't. I tell you. What do you guys think? I'd like to ask you some questions. What do you think about soulmates? And have you ever had one? Do you want one? Do you think that is possible? Let me know. Say something.
Eric Ebra says it's called a meat chopper.
Yes, a meat chopper. See, that makes sense. What you told me? Oh, I thought he said a hamburger. Okay, a hamburger chopper or something. A meat chopper. Yes, that is perfect. Well, I'm so glad that they invented this, I swear. Because it really takes the pain out. Thank you, Eric. So, anybody, I need for you to give me some thoughts on it, on what I'm saying. You know, do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about soulmates? Do you think it's possible? Do you think soulmates are simply lust at first sight? What do you think? And I'll give you a minute because I know it's a delay. I know you're just aching to give me your opinions. I'm going to chop this up. I turned it down to 7, a medium, because it was way, way too hot. And anybody gonna see me on my stove, this thing, ooh. I'm sorry? You think it's lust at first sight? Okay. Why do you think it's lust at first sight? Instead of it being, you being so intuitive that you know that that's the one. Hey y'all, that y'all from the morning party, I don't have to sing because I got music in this one. Did they say anything? I'm trying to wait for a rebuttal to answer.
Okay, so I got one said I feel like it's a feeling of like being a soulmate is a feeling that you can like you're aware of right away. You may take your time to feel it out and see if it's actually something like really that or if it's just
right. And you know that's perfect. Don't, because like I said, I didn't act upon my feelings. I felt these feelings immediately. But of course, I'm no dummy. Okay, I didn't know where his headspace was at. Okay, so he had to prove himself to me, even though I felt what I felt. And caution is very, very pertinent in any relationship. I don't care if you can actually close your eyes and visualize your whole entire life, your whole epitaph with this person. Caution is essential. Use your head, not your heart, in the beginning. You know, and then you can combine. You're absolutely right. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go back to the first person. Yes, there are a lot of dynamics with lust at first sight. Yes, it is. But, honey, that wears thin real quick. Because I'm going to tell you, when Arthur and his friend come along and you be hurting, okay, you could care less about some lust. Okay? I'm just telling you. And you still, that love still got to be there. So, that's your first clue. Let me tell you something. Even in the beginnings of a relationship, get a cold, get COVID, get something like that and see if they will still hang with you when it's not coming out your nose. Okay, then you may be able to move another peg forward. Okay, you have to let people show you who they are, and when they show you, you need to listen. So I agree with both of you guys. I really do. Anybody else? Anybody have any advice that they want to give? Because I'm telling you, I can only really pull from, my dynamic. I will tell you, at this point in my life, if I had the knowledge now that I did when I was younger, okay, I may have handled a lot of situations differently. I ain't saying that I wouldn't still be here, but the getting here may not have been as difficult as it has been or would have been had I had this dynamic and understanding that, hey, you are a me before you are a we. You have to be able to look beyond yourself and see that other person. See them. I don't mean see them. I mean see them. See them in here and in here. You got to see that person. Just because somebody speaks words does not mean that they're really letting you all the way in. That takes time. That takes time. Trust me. People are not trusting at nature. They will give you little bits and pieces and see what you do with it. If you don't throw it back at them in a way that is going to be hurtful and damaging, then they give you a little more. And they give you a little more. And as time goes on, they feel more and more secure and they will give you more. Okay? But you are constantly having to pivot and prove yourself to that person. And I don't mean steadily telling them this and telling them that. Trust is something that is earned. You don't get it just because you're standing in a place or you calling yourself a couple. Okay? Trust is something, like I said, my trust is undying. I don't have to look at phones. I don't have to do anything like that. You know why? Because it's like, it is what it is. Okay? Because I am so confident in myself, it is what it is. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to do a ninja walk, to follow behind my husband. You know what I'm saying? I am of the mindset that he's still here 44 years for a reason. And I hope he feels the same. When you have somebody who is for you and is that person that is supposed to be in your life or that you choose to share your life with, these are dynamics that are going to grow as the relationship does. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be totally honest with you. If this person is your soulmate, even though you may not give that full trust because we are by nature apprehensive, there's a part of you that knows that you are going to be able to fall and that person's going to catch you before you hit the floor. You just know. And then there are people in your life you're always guessing. That's the one you don't want to be with. I can't hear it. Hey, Benjamin. Thank you for coming. I got to spend the day with a lot of my friends.
And then we had Deborah she said, here's a free gift. When you go to the store and get your personal female product.
There you go. With no apprehension, just as proud as you can. There you go. If he can do that, oh baby, you won't keep him. And then if he brings you some hot tea, oh girl, I'm here to tell you. You gentlemen don't know nothing about that. Okay. But that is what you call, my love language is service. You don't ever have to buy me anything. You don't ever have to do anything monetarily for me. It's that little simple thing. You know that I'm a clean freak if you pick up your sock and I don't have to. Boy, the love is pumping out of me. So you wash your dish and I cooked. That's love to me. Okay, I don't need a million roses because I'm allergic. But everybody has their dynamic. So this right here, yep, it's already. So, and I'm going to tell you, really, usually with this Angus beef and with the sausage, it's kind of greasy, but it's not really that greasy. You see, but I'm going to strain it anyway. See, it's not really that fatty. I'm going to strain it. In my strainer. And then once I do that, I'm going to wipe this pan out to make sure there's no excess oil. And then I'm going to get that sauce and that little mushy concoction I have. I'm going to put it all together. We're going to let it cook for maybe about 10, 15 minutes. And we can do that. Guess why? You can cook this for an hour or so if you want to. The longer you cook it, of course, the more the flavor is going to be. But this dynamic of crunching up everything like this disperses that flavor quicker. So if you're really hungry, hey, 10, 15 minutes, you're good to go. So let me drain that, and I'm going to wipe this out. Yeah, so that it is for me. Tell me what your love language is. What do you guys need in order to feel that you're loved and cared for? Anybody? Nobody? Everybody? Yeah, I know, I'm joking. I'm giving you a minute. Think about it. I want you to really think about it. And when you think about it, I'm going to attach this question. What is your love language? What do you need to feel secure in a relationship? And have you expressed this to your partner?
Okay, so ET said acts of service.
Okay. And have you expressed this to your partner?
Deborah said love does what love does.
Okay.
Mortgage pays, our children feed. Well, how are we living? Oh, how are we living?
Okay, so say that again. She said you need the mortgage paid, you need the children fed, and you want to know how you're living. Okay, so what you're saying, in the long and short of it, you need to have stability. I dig it. And did you express that to your partner before you got too deep? And see, that's the thing. I'm going to go back to what I said last week. You guys may not have been here. That 90-day fiance thing just weighs on my mind. You talking to somebody 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, that took a trip overseas, and you don't know that they're not financially stable, and that is your love language? What y'all been talking about online all this time? What? These are basic questions. I don't understand why people think that you're being prideful or you're being rude or you're being anything by asking the questions that are most important to you. And that person should be doing the same of you. You should be transparent. I may have to be with you forever. And then find out that you're some deviant or whatever the case may be. Hey, if you like weird stuff, you need to tell me. Give me the option of opting out. There's going to be somebody else there for you. Yeah, that likes that weird stuff. I'm not your girl. So
ET responded. She said she made it very clear what she needed and I wanted to be sure what her husband needed.
And that's excellent and that is what you call communication. Communication is what you need. Yes. Oh boy, my hand is slippery.
And then we have another one from boyfriend girlfriend gaming. They said honesty and transparency are the most important thing. And it is a deal breaker.
You got it. See, and like I said, everybody's deal breaker. Now, I'm going to tell you, everybody got a deal breaker. And yes, that is very, very important. Because let me tell you like this. If I got to be looking over my shoulder all the time, there's a reason why I don't do criminal activities, because I don't want to ever have to look over my shoulder. So I want that same dynamic for my relationship. Yes, I do. So I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put my burger and my sausage back in here, because not much oil either. So I'm going to get it back in here, flatten it out, put this over here, and get the rinsing, y'all. Because I got to make sure not a whole lot of mess for me, because I'm tired. So I'm going to get my sauce that will remain nameless until they give me a brand deal. Okay. And I'm going to pour it over there. So like I said, for this 2 pounds of combination relationship meat of sausage and Angus beef, this is, let me see how many ounces this is. This is, can't see it, don't have the right glass, 24 ounces, that's one. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be enough, because I like my sauce to be saucy, okay? I like for my sauce to be savory, saucy, and easy to go down. Like a smooth breeze, or like a smooth partner. That's what I want. So,
ET said one more thing. Lies are deal breakers. There's a lot outside of that I can work with.
Okay. And see that, seems like ET knows what, is important. And like I said, when you take the time to know yourself, it makes it a whole lot easier. You're not hurting my feelings if in the beginning of a relationship or I've had a couple of dates with you that you say, hey, I don't think that this is working, for us. What do you think? Hey, it's just like any other merger, whether it be business or not. You don't want a business partner that you're not vibing with, right? You don't want a mate that you can't vibe with. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this: a lot of times people will think they can change people, and there are situations where one partner may be more in tune to themselves than the other, and the other one can inspire the partner that is less in tune. And that's the thing. Sometimes you will meet a soulmate that can inspire you to have drive and to have ambition or to follow things or dreams or aspirations that you may not have even known you had or felt strong enough without that encouragement. You always want somebody everybody wants a cheerleader. I don't care what they say. Your cheerleader can be loud or your cheerleader could be silent and supportive. But everybody wants to know they got that person in their corner. It don't have to be a whole lot of people. It could be that one person. And with that person in your corner, that's really all you need. But if you have somebody that is constantly pushing against your trajectory or making you feel that you should stay, because like I said, you can have a partner that is more than happy being at point A. And as long as you're at point A with them, they're good. But the moment that you aspire to be at point A, point 1, point A, point 2, and they're still at point A, there's some issues. They feel in some type of way. So then sabotage becomes the dynamic. When we don't always recognize when the sabotage is happening, because you in love and you doing your thing, and he down there, he or she or whatever is down there, and they're not saying diddly or squat about it. They just sitting there in their feelings. When she gonna see I ain't saying nothing? When he gonna see I didn't say nothing? When they gonna see that and you just, I'm in love and I'm soaring and I got the support, because this person, In reality, this person is, as they say, hateration. You don't want that in a relationship with a partner. You don't want that in your life, period. That's straight up toxic, because someone who loves you wants the best for you. And even if I don't have the capability of accomplishing the things that you may seek, I am so happy for you that you can do these things that it's almost like I'm living vicariously. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who cares about you is not going to try to dim your shine. And anytime somebody tells you, you shouldn't do this or it's too that, and listen, you need to step away from the light, Caroline. But I'm going to tell you, you're not going to step away from that light until you're good and ready. You should always maintain your identity. That does not make you a bad partner. You were born alone, unless you had a twin. And even twins, unless they're Siamese, separate and have lives. You can have your life, fulfill your destiny, and still have your soulmate right there supporting you. Because this person's going to accept you right up there, and you're more than happy them being right here in their comfort zone. And you understand that there's a different dynamic, but with that person there, like I said, no building can stand without a foundation. As long as that partner is your foundation and they want to be there, the sky's the limit. You can have a 24, 54 feet skyscraper. Just saying. Okay, so I put both of, what did I say, 24 is what, 48? 48 ounces, and I put all of my little concoction with my spices and herbs and Casey's Blessing, which those of you who don't know me, Probably haven't heard me say it 1,000 times, but if you look at all my videos, that's all you'll ever see. And one day, someday, you and Casey's blessing will be together. Yes. So, I'm just gonna incorporate these two together. I'm gonna get my heat on, and I will start it at high, but I'm gonna stand here because one thing about spaghetti sauce, which is the pain of my life, when it starts to heat up, it'll start bubbling and it starts shooting up. You do not want to have to clean that mess. So, let me get that in here. And I want you guys to think about it. Like I said, I don't know if everybody out there is in a long-term relationship, a committed relationship, a new relationship, or just a self-ship. That's what we're going to call it. Because being in a self-ship is A-okay. If you are in any of these things, it's about getting to know you, getting to know them, getting to know each other, being prepared to go in there and join as one. And like I said, there's no rush. There's no law that says that you have to be with somebody in X amount of time. Hey, take your time. Because once you commit to something, and that's the thing, people have an issue with commitment, so they teeter on the outside of emotions. And they go in and out, and they go in and out, and they're never satisfied. You know what? I truly believe, like I said, I don't believe that every partner is bad. I don't believe every partner is good. I believe people are people. You have people out there that really are not ready to share themselves. And when they're not, they perform in that very dynamic. And they show you. And I don't care how much your heart is in it. Sometimes it's just not for you. And it's hard to admit it, especially when you invest a lot into whatever. But hey, so the story goes. There's always going to be another banana on the tree. Trust me. You just have to wait until it ripens. So patience is a big thing in relationships. And it's a big thing for finding your soulmate. I was not. And I repeat, I was young when I found mine. But we just kind of dropped in on each other. I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't, as the young people say, thirsty. I wasn't any of that stuff. All I ever wanted to do was sing. That did not encompass a husband or a mate or anything. But this was inevitable. And hey, we make it work. And if you want to make it work, that's what you do. You can get through the fire so you can get to the glory. One of my favorite songs is by New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain? And it goes like this. You know, sunny days, everybody has them, but can you stand the rain? Those are the questions you want to ask. So I am heating this up and I'm stirring it up. And what I'm going to do, the last thing I'm going to put in, and I told you a fifth. I didn't have to use the whole 64 ounce. I used half of that, of the second one for this. But I am a Splenda user. I've always used it. You can put a half a cup of sugar in this if you want to use that sweetener, whatever sweetener of your choice. The reason why you want to put a sweet dynamic into your tomato product is it helps equalize the taste of the acidity. It just really balances the flavor. You're not trying to make sugar. You're just trying to make harmony, just like you want in your relationship. So I'm going to give it 1, 2, 3, 4 squirts, maybe 5. Okay, that should be enough. I'm going to stir it in there, just like that.
Ooh, I got a couple of messages from ET.
Yes.
They said, my husband is my biggest cheerleader. He sees possibilities in me when I feel like I have nothing to offer. Side note, you asked what people are talking about while they're dating. I read that people often mistake transparency for intimacy. Often partners will share every detail of their day. That type of reporting is transparency. Intimacy is sharing how you feel and what you think about the things that happen. Without that insight, are you really getting to know your partner?
Exactly. Okay, that's the difference between how's the weather and when I say how are you, and you really are going to actively listen to how I am. You're absolutely right. Now I'm going to put a top on this puppy. I am going to turn it up. I'm going to turn it up to high, and I'm just going to look at it real hard, y'all. When it starts to pop, pop, pop it, I'm going to turn it down a little. We're going to let this cook for about maybe 10 minutes. And then we're going to plate it up. But what I'm going to do now, I am going to turn this over to my mixologist because we got one. We got some good mocktails coming, y'all. See, I'm giving you all of the ingredients. So when you find your soulmate, you never got to leave your house. Make your heaven right at home. Yes, you can. So in one moment, my mixologist is going to mix us up something. I'm going to fix a very nice little Italian bread. I'm going to toast while this is going. And I'm going to put this away. Because, yeah, after I have this rendezvous with my boo, I don't want to have to clean up. How about that? Let me get this in here. And I bet you guys never thought about the relationship between food and love. And just having a partnership. I'm gonna tell you, it's almost everything you do in your life encompasses some type of food. It really does. It's like the great equalizer. You can sit silently in a room with that person that you care about, and almost send telepathic signals to each other, and your hand meets in the middle of that popcorn bowl. Ooh, baby, that's what I call intimacy. Okay, so see, it's going just that quick. My stove, I said, it goes so fast. Now I'm bringing this down to a simmer because just that quick, I turned my back and this stuff is going. Oh my word. Okay, so I'm turning it down so it can sizzle, do its little thing, and like I said, just me lifting it up like that a little had the juices popping. Okay, I think I'm putting it on 2. I mean, literally, what's that, like a minute? That was like a minute, and the stuff was popping all over the place. So, let me put this in. I need to clean this off so I can make some space so I can do my bread. And I'm gonna get this in my fridge, just like that. Yeah, let me stir this. This thing was just going on. It was going into another stratosphere. There you go. And I'm gonna have my beautiful assistant who's sitting over there waiting patiently come over here, give a little taste for me. Tell me if I need some more stuff. Okay, let me get all of this taken away. Yeah, I think, I don't know where this particular, show is going to lead or whatever, but I'm going to tell you this. I feel there needs to be some positivity out there in these YouTube streets, in this social media street. I think that the dynamic of relationships has been skewed and jaded for people to think that it's not possible. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. It really is. Oh, that's what I didn't do. I didn't put this in here. That was my basil. I'm going to put a little basil in here, guys. You make, okay, so you let people taste your stuff, and what do? Make a mess.
But I clean my mess.
Make a mess. So what do you think?
It's delicious.
Okay, so I'm going to put a little basil in it. I already had some in the little mushy, herby, spicy, yum sauce. Okay, and I'm going to hit it with a little more heat. And I think that, like I said, It's going to be just fine. It sure is. I'm going to hit it with a little bit more of the cayenne. There you go. And only because this is grown folks' food. If it was the kids' food, I wouldn't do that. Although I do have a kid that likes it really spicy. Okay, there you go. Let me close that up. And put this over here. And I'll get rid of this. And cut my bread up. I sure will. I can't wait for my husband. I tell you, my husband been tasting food all day. All day. He's been tasting food all day. Earlier today, I made some beef neck bones. Okay, he's been eating that. Now I'm getting ready to here. I think that our together time will end up in sleepy time. What do you think? It's going to end up in sleepy time. Okay, so let me get this and cut this up.
Hey, well, never hurt nobody.
Yeah, right. So, you have? Do you still have? Yes, you do.
What?
And I wanted to know if he still had my cutting board, but he does. Okay, so,
My apologies.
Yeah, what I'm going to do now, guys, and I'm just going to turn this over here, and I'm just waiting for my mixologist to mix up this lovely, delicious, I don't know what it is, drink. And what I'm going to do, I came up with this little recipe, right? And let me just put this over here. I know people take their Italian bread or whatever you want to call it, and they'll put like some butter on it and maybe shoot some garlic on it or something like that. Well, I thought to myself, I said, I wonder how it would taste if I put some butter on it with shredded Parmesan and toast it. So I'm gonna give that a try. And which way? I'm gonna let them try it. How about that? And if their faces look happy, then I'll taste it. How about that? See, they think I'm being generous, but hey, I'm just using them as the bouncing board. I sure am. Yes, and I'm making a horrendous mess here, but it's okay because I'm gonna clean it. Okay, so I'm gonna. Did I ask for your opinion, mixologist? Okay, that's something else that 44 years gets you in a husband or a mate. He knows when to hold him and knows when to fold him. Oh, he will never say this, ever. He will never talk. He doesn't talk back. Okay, that over there. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to taste this now. What is this? And mixologist.
I call this a orange passion grape drink with a.
Okay, come over here and tell us about it because I can't hear you. I know they can't either. You call it what?
It's
the orange passion. The orange passionate soul.
Okay.
Okay, so we're calling it the orange passionate soul. Okay.
Okay. So this is sure to ensure you to find a soulmate. You know why it will? Because it's non-alcoholic, so you'll be sober enough to tell who you're talking to. You'll be sober enough to tell who you're talking to. And you won't talk to any duds and give out your telephone number. I'm going to say that you're not going to chat to the wrong person because people don't even go out anymore.
You'll also be sober enough to catch any BS that somebody might tell you.
Uh-huh. See, he's over there. I tell you, I have all these camera shop people with opinions. So I'm going to take the rest of this. Okay? And I'm going to get that over here. And we're almost done. I'm just going to stick this bread in here for a couple of minutes. Yep. Put that in here. And I'm walking around with the paper in my hand, y'all. Okay. So what I do with this bread, I'm going to take this butter, and butter makes all things better. Now, see, the thing about it is, I don't know, it feels so much later than it is. That's because I've been off for 2 days. But it's, you know, so I'm like, I'm saying that my husband may be going nighty-night. Exactly. I don't know about that popcorn, y'all. What y'all think? Do you think I'll make it?
In your dreams.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I'll be fine. Listen. I'll be okay. So I'm putting butter on each one of these little pieces of bread. Now, this is an experiment. I've never done this before. But, you know, the creative side of me and the sleepy side of me figures, hey, why not? Couldn't hurt. It's just bread and butter and cheese. Maybe. So we're going to do that. Okay, so let me get this up here. And when I finish this, yeah, it is really just simmering really nicely, all cute and stuff. And I'm going to put that on there. Okay, then I'm going to get, like I said, I have some shredded Parmesan cheese. I was going to, you know, sprinkle that dry stuff on there, but I don't like that stuff. I really don't. So what I suggest for all of you, and I don't know what method you use to communicate, those of you who are not in a relationship, and those of you who are, you know, same thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you like this. Technology has been in my house until we call each other on the phone. Okay? On the phone, and we have Alexa everywhere. So what happens is nobody says, hey, or whatever. It's like, Alexa. Oh, I better not say that because then she will do things. She'll work just because I'm saying this to you. But anyway, call me on my phone in the house. Where did all the communication go, I tell you? How many of you would like to go back to the days where there were no phones everywhere? Dating my husband, when he wasn't my husband and we were just dating or whatever, I'm going to tell you, to rush home and to get on that phone that was attached to the wall. That was like the highlight of the day. Now, you don't even get to miss anybody because, man, you can take the phone everywhere with you. I'm just saying. So you need to miss me a little. Just a little. So I'm going to sprinkle this on here. And you can make the bread with without this stuff. I'm going to see if it's even going to melt because I started to put just a little bit of mozzarella on there, but I put that on my actual spaghetti sauce for me. So I'm going to stick this in here. And I didn't turn it on. Look at that. Luckily, broil doesn't take that long. So, oh my God. You know what? You guys are not here in the daytime. And I'm suffering with the same dynamic. Every time I open my stove, the grid is in the wrong position. So, I have to fix it. Excuse me. How it gets in the wrong position, let's just say I have a little beautiful assistant that ain't being so beautiful here. Okay. Yeah. That's what I have. So when I'm trying to be all fancy and stuff, okay, I'm going to stick this in here. Okay. That's what. So let me put this over here. I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to start plating stuff up. Because, see, my romance has to happen before 8. I don't know about y'all. I'm tired. So I am going to start plating this up. Because I want them to enjoy it while they're still lucid. You know, like I said, for me, I wouldn't change a thing. I'll be totally honest. I wouldn't change a living thing. Love me some of that man. I real do. Good, bad, and indifferent. Let me get my plates. Let's see. Oh, let me check this bread. Wouldn't it be embarrassing to have burnt bread on national TV? Okay, I'm good. It has happened. You haven't seen it. That's because I can edit it out, but I can't edit this out. Oh, no. I'm telling you, this stuff is good. It really is good. Okay. Almost there. All righty. I'm going to get this spaghetti, which I did ahead of time because I was being proactive. Let me get that out. And for all of you who hate spaghetti noodles, which will remain nameless, guess what? You can use rotini, you can use penne pasta, you can use regular macaroni, whatever you want to put your spaghetti sauce on. It's all up to you. The taste will be the same. It will be the most delicious thing. It's easy, it's simple, it's comfort, it's love. Okay, I'm being real intentional now because I do not want to burn this bread. So let me get this stuff on here. Let me take a look at this bread because it's getting hot. One more, I think. Because the cheese, is making it take a little bit longer. Okay, let me get that on here. Let me get, yep, there you go, it's ready. Perfect. Look, oh, this is what I'm talking about, just like that. Now I want y'all to see. This is how it should look. Do you see how nice and brown that is? The cheese is all melted, perfectly tanned. Not burnt, not Cajun, but yum. Okay, so we'll put that over there. All right, so get that off. Let me finish plating this up. Okay. Can somebody call my husband? Okay, put that one there, and I'll just put a little teeny tiny for me because I'm going to drink my drink because that drink tastes so good. Yeah, that's really good. I tell you, y'all, it doesn't have to be something complicated, to show them that you care. I'm telling you. You don't have to go and spend a whole lot of money at the restaurant. But see, when this is all said and done, I can relax in the comfort of my home right away. Easy peasy. Okay, so let me get a spoon so I can ladle this up. And then, hey, it's going to be on and popping, y'all. All right. That sauce is doing this thing. Let me turn it off. Oh, perfect. Yes. That smells like a good relationship. Tasty, savory, and foundationally sound. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me get about to knock my drink down. That wasn't good. Okay, so let me plate this up. Put this on here. Get a little bit of the sauce. We'll put that sauce on there like that. That's what we're going to do. Oh, yes. That is a beautiful thing, y'all. Look at that. I'm going to hit it up with a little bit of garnish because that's how we do up in this here piece. Okay? Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to hit it with some bread. Then I'm going to hit it and let y'all see it. And then Corey says, my husband's not here first. You'll get the first look. Can you guys see it? No, well, you're here. Okay, he's here now. You know Daddy get the big piece of chicken. Oh, yeah. Okay. Does everybody see this beautiful, beautiful meal? Give me some love. Let me know if you can see this. Yes. So.
Your eyes may shine. Your teeth may grit.
Okay, behave yourself.
Good.
There you are.
Thank you, darling.
Okay, so next person, we give Corey his, and then after that, Miss Beautiful Assistant, you can come over here and finish loading up his plate. Okay, give us some of that. Put a little garnish on there.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, give him a little bread. Beautiful thing to see each and every time.
Great, go ahead.
Okay, let me give you a fork. Okay, and then you can let them know what you think because you'll actually get in front of the camera. Here you go. Don't burn yourself. Okay.
I'm telling this music.
Beautiful assistant.
Oh.
Okay, you know what?
Man.
He's channeling his inner Homer Simpson, y'all.
No.
Oh, here you are, beautiful assistant. Oh, I didn't give you your bread. I'm sorry. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna finish this here drink. Oh, this is so good. I want to have a toast to all of you people out there that are looking for love, have love, thinking about love, whether it be relationship or self. I hope that this has been as good for you as it has for me. And if you like this live stream, you know what you need to do. Hit that like button. Turn on your notifications so you'll know when we're coming at you, which we're going to do each and every Saturday. Because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And let me tell you, next week we're going to talk about intimacy. Let's see which kind we talk about. Hey, E.T.? And as always, you know what I wish you? A little love, peace, and a whole lot of joy. I want you to find your rhythm and dance.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
That is, baby.
Let's eat, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Woo, find your rhythm.